Destin?
Here.
Demalowitz?
Yep.
Epicoro?
Here.
Heath here.
Here.
Ward? Who's here? Collins?
Here.
And Lockhart?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Here.
Okay.
The first item is approving the previous meeting minutes.
Make a motion.
Have a motion?
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Item 1 is tabled pending public hearing. Item 2 is amending an agreement with Block Safety regarding the permitting, installation, and maintenance of license plate reader cameras.
Good evening, everyone. This is basically just coming back for a procedural change at the request of DOT. They've made a change, so we need to make a change just to amend our policy to fit theirs. We're not asking for anything else other than just authorization. This is regarding the flock cameras. They're license plate readers. We've got about 30 of them spread around the county, mostly at ingress and egress to the county.
Any questions?
Quick question.
Yes.
Have they changed any of the procedures that you use for the?
No, what this is, Sean, is mostly regarding mounting on state highways.
Oh, okay, got it.
It's actually become very problematic.
Yeah.
So they switched their procedure, and then, so the bottom line is now we own the cameras as opposed to Flock.
Okay.
They couldn't do it with a third-party vendor, so they're nationwide. Everybody has to switch over to the municipality now owns them, and at the end of the contract, the agreement, we sell them back for $1.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing that there are none, I have a motion. Motion by Mr. Destin, second by Patty. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Unanimous.
Item 2 is authorizing the submission of a grant application to and an agreement with the State of New York Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding the 2023 Domestic Terrorism Prevention Program grant and amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget.
Again, the state's kind of lagging with some of the grants. This is a 2023 Domestic Terrorism Prevention Program. Basically what this does is it funds our threat assessment program, it funds some salaries, training, and any education materials that are necessary.
Questions?
So is this money that is already spent?
Say again?
Is this money that is already spent?
No, but with the state, we need to spend down the money first, and then we bill, and then they wire over. They don't wire first. They're just behind it. It's just like the firefighter grants that we get. I mean, I think the last hazmat grant we got was 2021 and 2024. They're trying to catch up, but they're just a little slow at it.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion? Motion by Sean, second by Bob. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against?
Item 3 is authorizing an agreement with Pittsfield Communications Systems regarding the preventative maintenance and service of two-way radios.
This is a contract for 5 years, not to exceed $39,520 annually, I believe, yeah, $520 annually. They were the sole bidder. It just maintains our radios.
Questions?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion, we have a second by Patty. Anyone opposed? Those in favor?
Aye.
Item 4 is amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget for a community project funding grant.
So this is a $500,000 grant award. Once again, we need to spend the money in order to be reimbursed for it. This will include just supplies and our housing coordinator. That's a 3-year, that's not a 1-year salary, that's a 3-year salary, and that's 3 years for the equipment as well.
Motion.
We have a motion. We have a
Second.
second. We do. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Unanimous.
Item 5 is amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget for personnel changes.
So this is to, we're shuffling within, doing away with some correction positions, some supervisory positions, and adding some larger supervisory positions. The bottom line, on the law enforcement side and on the correction side, we have very young staff. And I'm trying diligently and desperately to get as many supervisors and shrinking the number of, you know, it used to be a good number was 1 to 5. Now it's, with me, it's like 1 to 3, 1 to 2.5. So that's what we're doing. It's budget neutral.
Questions?
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion by Sean, second by Patty. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Unanimous.
Item 6 is amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget for vehicle replacement.
So this is to move $55,000 over that we do the ambulance revenue recovery, so if our ambulances take you, we bill your insurance company or Medicaid, get what we get, goes into a fund. That fund, so we don't have to put it on the back of taxpayers, those are the monies that we use to buy power stretchers, ambulances, medical supplies, whatever the case may be. Altamont EMS is shutting down, so we put a bid in to purchase their ambulance at $55,000. It's probably well over $100,000 rig, brand new, probably well over $250,000 rig.
Make the motion.
Motion by Sean, second by Bob.
Can I just ask a question?
Oh, I'm
Jeremy?
sorry.
That's okay. Who's gonna do their emergency services out there?
I believe Gilderland EMS is picking it up.
Oh,
They already have the name on the back of their ambulances.
Really?
oh, they do? Just wanted to make sure they,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
they
see
have-
them all up Western Ave all the time, so.
okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Have a motion? Motion by Sean, second by Bob. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Item 7 is authorizing an intergovernmental agreement regarding the Burn Justice Assistance Grant Program funding.
So this is the, an annual ask, 2024 Burn Justice Grant. We usually pass the $67,000 right on to Albany to utilize. We don't have anything fiduciary involved other than some paperwork.
Questions? Have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Item 8 is authorizing an agreement with Motorola Solutions regarding upgrading and expanding a multi-county radio project.
So we were awarded a $6 million grant, put it out to contract or to bid. We have not to exceed $5.9 million. This is to expand the county cell. I mean, we have so many agencies on it now. It'll increase channel capacity, new radios, new software, new agreements for maintenance. It's the whole package, $5.9 million.
Any questions? We have a motion.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second by Patty. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Unanimous.
Item 9 is amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget for year-end adjustments.
Yeah, this is typical this time of year. I'm out of money in some lines, so we're just trying to move monies to cover costs.
Questions?
Make a motion.
Motion by Patty, second by Sean. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Unanimous.
Item 10 is amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget for body-worn cameras and wellness solution expenses.
So this request is to move $861,000 and a separate check for $26,000 for mental health to Wellness Solutions. The $800,000 is to help us in 2025 for body-worn cameras. We're basically covering next year's costs with these funds that came in as a result of the inmate telephones at the jail. These are commissions that we received, but if we prepay the body-worn cameras, the cost is less, and that also helps us out in the 25 budget.
Questions? Have a motion. We have a motion, we have a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Can I ask the sheriff a question?
Sure.
Anything? Sheriff, I read in the paper about in Rensselaer County or on the news, they had an arrest with that horrible gang there from Venezuela, Trend
De Aragua,
Araga, right?
Venezuelan gang. very
Yeah, have
violent.
you seen anything in Albany County of that?
So,
And can we get an update on the city of Albany, what's happening?
sure. So in Albany, we continue to make arrests. This weekend was a unique situation where Albany was short, and we had more people down here. We covered the entire MVP arena with the fish. They had 40-some thousand attend. I'm told 15,000 a night. We did all the traffic. We did the ingress, the egress. It's a very peaceful event, other than some overdoses, which they Narcaned and got them back and took them out. As far as Tren de Aragua, do I think they're here? Absolutely. In my professional best guess, yes, absolutely. We have a lot of Venezuelans that have come into the county, very evident every morning if you go up on Central Ave. And so, do I think they're in the area? Absolutely. And we've talked quietly amongst others throughout the nation, as they come in because they're worse than MS-13.
Yeah,
So, we're trying to share intelligence daily and track and any movement or any contact with them. That's about all I can tell you about it.
all right, thank you.
Gary?
Sheriff, when Albany's short like that, do they dispatch directly to us?
No. So if they don't answer the 911 phone call after 11 rings, it rolls to us automatically.
No, but Albany, when they're short, they don't, their dispatchers doesn't dispatch to our deputies to cover calls for them?
No, normally they cover calls, and we'll do most of the, I guess you would say the proactive measures, and they'll answer the calls. If they get burdened, yeah, they'll call us.
So Albany's not proactive?
Well, I'm saying they're answering calls that, there's a call for service, so Albany will answer that call. Our guys are out doing, looking for guns and drugs and vehicle stops and ghost plates and everything else, which, would be considered more proactive as opposed to responding to a call.
Albany's not doing that.
Well, they're short and they're busy running the calls. Yeah.
Sad day.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
Have a
you,
good night.
Sheriff.
Item 11 is authorizing an agreement with Allied Universal Electronic Monitoring U.S. regarding global position system services, and Director Connors is here this evening.
Good evening, everyone. This is a request to provide global positioning GPS to the courts of Albany County. It's provided for several type probation clients: bail reform, youth court, family court, high-risk gun offenders in Albany County. The contract is for $200,000 in 2025. The cost is about $3 per day per unit.
Any questions? Have a motion? Question?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
In regards to this, the staffing adjustments, I'm thinking about what I was reading about. They were saying that like 70% of the guns are with the raise the age group, or 70% of arrests that you're dealing with, and then 60% of those are gun-related. So is these staff adjustments accounting for, is that what it's accounting for, the raise the age? I mean, you're dealing with some pretty serious people there.
So,
Because they're all coming to you, they're not
Yeah.
going.
yeah, the majority of our GPS clients are bail reform, 75%, 12% are raise the age, and 12% are gun cases that are considered adults. So I think you're correct, there is a heavy amount of gun cases, and with raise the age, and many of them are released to us. But overall, that's a percentage of the total cases that we have on GPS.
How's your staff doing? And
Yeah.
that's pretty stressful, what they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And I just think it warrants acknowledging that.
Thank you. It is difficult managing this many people on GPS, and you're right, many of the offenders we have do not cooperate. The GPS is installed, and they may have it on for a day or two, and the battery expires, we can't track them, or they cut it off and abscond. We do have a lot of that, and it is taxing, and all this information is reported back to the courts.
Mm. Yeah. Well, Tom, we know they're working hard.
Thank you.
We support them. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Frank. Commissioner, years ago, if you were a legal gun owner and they passed the SAFE Act, you were told that if you violated the SAFE Act, you were going to go to jail for a year with no discretion. Now we have all these folks who get arrested with guns, they get appearance summonses, and they go away, or they go someplace. Whatever happened to prosecution under the SAFE Act? Is that Was that totally wiped out by,
No, I think many still are prosecuted. The part that you see is the ones that are arrested early on, and many of them do not go to jail initially if having the weapon itself is not considered a violent act under the penal law. So many of these people are released and not put to jail unless they display it or shoot it.
but isn't it a felony under the SAFE Act?
It's a felony, possession of a weapon, yes.
So you can have a felony under the SAFE Act, illegally owned gun, and not go to jail?
No, they were released early on to us under bail reform till their case is disposed of. I don't have the statistics, how many are prosecuted by the DA, but I know there are a great many that are prosecuted and incarcerated.
That would be interesting to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Sean, second by Patty. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
There are no further items.
No further items, motion to adjourn. We have a motion, we have a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, that's.
Oh, no.